Sometimes when you're endeavoring to live self-sustainable homestead or small farm type of lifestyle, it truly can get overwhelming. And there's usually so many things going on, and it's hard to keep track of all the projects that you want to get done versus all the projects that actually need to get done. And it can be very trying and stressful. And I don't think it's talked about an awful lot in the YouTube world anyway, about your ongoing feelings of anxiety and, pressure. Just pressure to get things done on your homestead, And I don't know, let's talk about it. There's probably countless of YouTube channels with loads of videos that somewhat glamorize the off-grid, homestead, small farm, self-sustainable life. And there's also millions of people around the world that dream of living that kind of a life. So lots of people want to watch and lots of people are making videos, but I feel like it's maybe looked upon as something that's easy, lemon squeezy, because there's an awful lot of work that goes into maintaining a small farm, and that doesn't even include all of the actual setup. If you're starting from scratch and setting things up, there's an extraordinary amount of work. And trying to keep up with your YouTube videos and trying to keep up with the compounding tasks around the property can get to you. And I personally have had my own ups and downs of, the constant back and forth inside my own brain as to what I wish I could get done, how many hours I have to actually get things done in a day, saving enough time to film videos for my content and to edit those videos, and also trying to balance my own personal lifestyle. And it can get to some, and I know that there's a lot of channels out there that are producing content regularly, and maybe at times they feel the same overwhelming sense. And I mean, we all like to accomplish things. We set our mind to something and try to get things done. We couldn't live this lifestyle if we didn't have that sort of mindset. My latest project is constructing a duck pond in our orchard, and I should have been done already, but the project seems to be dragging on with all the other duties around the property. Up here! Up! Okay, I gotta close the door. You're the one who wanted to get out. She's fast, eh, folks? She's really fast. I had this thing going like 40 kilometers an hour, and she was keeping up. Gotta get into the ducky bunkie one day when I get some time. I want to finish this pond first, clean out all of the winter bedding. It's time to do it. I should have done it already, because all that winter bedding is stinky and spongy, and I don't want to put new straw on top of it until I clean it all out, because it's just going to ruin the new straw, Hello, ducks. You guys want to go outside today? Be scared. Don't be scared. They're not going out, though. They're stuck in here. I have the door open for them, but if I go in there trying to get them out, they won't go out. Oh, there. Go, guys, go. Go! You can go out! I know the sun's out now, but you can see everything is kind of damp because it was just raining about an hour ago, and we did have a bunch of flurries again this morning. It's just crazy weather. Sunny, flurries, raining. I guess it depends on the temperature. If it's too cold, you're going to get flurries instead of rain. It's normal for this time of year. I mean, it's kind of a volatile weather before mid-May, then it's going to start getting 20 degrees, 25 degrees, and we'll be planting our veggies in the garden. Okay, the ducks finally came out, so that's a good sign. They've never been out before. I wanted to keep them locked up in the security booth there because I need them to know that that's their home. Because if I let them out the first or second day, they might try to fly back to the ducky bunkie. I didn't let any of the cats out this morning just because it was quite damp and raining, so I didn't let them out. We'll go in and we'll check in with them though, because I know there's a lot of cat lovers in there, and I'll actually give you a little glimpse of a couple of the new additions inside the cat cave. I'm not ready to do a whole video on it because I still have a little bit of tinkering to do, but it's coming. There's Michael Jackson, the rooster, and his 4 hens. They're looking very beautiful right now in this sunlight. MJ and his girls are light Sussex chickens, and they come from England, I believe, originally. And they're very beautiful white with these black markings. I really love the look of these birds. You can see the hay is starting to grow in. I'm not sure if they've finished spreading out all the manure all over the fields, but this is a 10-acre field right here. Over there is a 20-acre field. And then over there is a 10-acre field. And then, of course, the horse paddock itself is also a 10-acre field. And guess what, guys? The horses are back. They're way, way, way down there. I'll try to get a glimpse of them when they come closer to get water. I want to show you something over here, though. I think this is some prime soil. I might try to loosen it up with the tiller. And I'm thinking that I can make this whole area right here pumpkins. That's my plan. I don't plan on prepping this too much. What I'm going to do for this year is just smooth it out, plant some seeds, and see what happens. Because there's a lot more prep that needs to happen with this, and I don't want to get too overwhelmed. I really don't want to get too overwhelmed because it's so easy to get busy doing stuff, and then it's like, oh, I didn't get that done, and then I'll be disappointed that I didn't get it done. And that's tough. I don't want to make myself sad, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of being overwhelmed, I got this hose running again, and I'm trying my best to get this filled up for a few hours at least today. Oh, the geese want out. I don't think I'm going to let the geese out today, nor the ducks. If the ducks or the geese try to get in this pond right now while the water level's still down, I think they won't be able to get back out, and then I'll have to get a net, and that's just going to be a disaster. It's okay if the water level is up a bit higher. Haven't really worked too much on this pond project in the past few days because it's been raining again. Of course, it is April, so we usually get a lot of showers in April, and that's good because we need to kickstart the growing season for all the natural flora. But really, I think I'm pretty close. This pond is about 3/4 full, and I should be able to just do a little bit of minor work to fix up the edgings, and then I'll be able to let the ducks and the geese in there, and I can still beautify all around the pond while the ducks and the geese are hanging around. That's okay. That just makes it for more fun. And I need to get this pond done because I have so many other jobs on the farm that are piling up. But there's just something to being said about trying to stay relaxed and not get completely overwhelmed when you're working on your homestead projects. And I mean, I've just been learning this over the past few years, you know. I didn't grow up with this stuff, so. How you doing, Billy? I hear ya. I hear ya. One of your viewers mentioned something in the last video about Billy having like a leaky eye. Maybe she has some kind of an allergy or something. But the reality is, mini pigs in general just have weepy eyes. You'll notice that it's always weeping, and then there starts to be a little discoloration around the eye. And there's no inflammation, there's no pus, there's no infection or anything. Of course, I would notice that, but they're just, you know, weepy-eyed pigs. Bobby here has the same weepy eyes. If you look at his eyes, you can see it's weepy. See that? Billy! You happy to see me, Billy? You happy to see me, Billy? I know. You're happy to see me, aren't you? You're a good pig. You're a good pig. Hi, pigs. I wonder if I'll end up giving away these pigs again. I haven't had any people inquiring at all in the listing. 3 boys left, and I'm having a hard time now. These guys are big. They're too big to become pets, so they would fit in nicely on somebody else's homestead because that's the kind of pigs these are. So hopefully I can find somebody that'll just take these pigs and make them happy. I'll be happy that I got rid of the pigs, and everybody will be happy. I honestly like having the pigs, but the pigs can be overwhelming just in itself. You know, some people they'll get baby piglets and then they'll keep them in a field and they'll grow them out until they're big and then they'll butcher them at the end of the summer. And that's probably the easiest way to raise pigs for food. We're just keeping the pigs as pets and as farm stay guest attractions because people do in fact love the pigs. But it's an extraordinary amount of work. I think of all the animals that we have on our small farm, the pigs are definitely the most work. I mean, they do give some joy and fun and stuff like that, but I'm talking about work. Rabbits don't take a lot of work. Ducks, chickens, geese, they're all like easy peasy, I feel like. You just give them a bit of food. You know, the chickens and the ducks and the geese, you can have like a bulk feeder. So really, I only feed them like once a week for the chickens. The ducks is like once a month I fill up that bulk feeder. The geese is about a week and a half. Relatively easy. Me building this pond is going to make it even more easy because I'm not going to have to stand there for a half an hour filling up those water tubs with the hose. But the pigs do take a lot of work, and I'm talking just with manure control and bedding control, like trying to keep up with the amount of poop and the amount of bedding that's required and then constantly changing out the bedding, adding bedding, shoveling the poop. And it makes, I guess, it's going to contribute to our compost pile. But when you're running a small farm like the way we are, it's just me. It's just me out here. So there's a lot of the times I'm making a decision on what I want to get done around the farm based on A, how much time I have, and B, what kind of effort is involved in that job. Now, building anything on the farm is a big job in itself, you know, building the workshop, building the catio, building the rabbitat, and the ducky bunkie, and all these animal structures where the animals live. That's a big job in itself. I think for me, one of the things I focus on personally is just taking projects step by step and try to come up with a game plan. I have no formal training on how to set up a farm, how to set up a homestead, or anything like that. I'm just watching a lot of YouTube videos, trying to show some of my creative style and have fun while I'm doing it. That's kind of a big thing for me, is have fun. Because if I'm not having fun, then it becomes work. And nobody likes work. I think back when I was building this ducky bunkie a few years ago when we first started this farm, I didn't have anything on the farm. There wasn't any of this chicken house, ducky house. There wasn't the rabbit. There was nothing. And chores basically made up of me going in, watering the ducks and feeding the ducks. And it took like, 5 minutes. Then I got chickens. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to build the most ultimate Chateau du Poulet chicken house you've ever seen. And I got this bright idea to have all these different breeds of chickens all around. I did that. Now that takes another 10-15 minutes to do those chores. Then I decided to get pigs and rabbits and geese. And I got to build all habitats for them all. Now I'm at a level where if I decide to get any more animals, I need to seriously think that I'm not going to be overwhelmed with those daily chores and routines. In addition to keeping up YouTube, mind you, because YouTube is its own ball game. But the reality is I need to take it step by step and make sure that I have all my ducks in a row, pardon the pun. I want to get bees. Yeah, I want to get bees. I want to produce my own honey. Now, the trouble with getting bees is that A, I don't know anything about bees. 2, you got to build them something. If I just go out and get some beehives, which I see other people do, I see the bees die all the time. I see the bees die every winter. They don't survive the winter. I got this crazy, crazy idea in my head that I want to build them their own barn, like a bee barn. And I'll be able to walk into the barn and go in, and then I'll have all the hives on the inside of this barn with like a little hole on the outside of the barn for the bees to come and go. I don't even know if that's possible. Will bees live like that in many different hives in a little barn like that? I mean, I'll be able to put a little heater in there so that it'll be easier for them to survive the winter and the cold just won't kill them all the time. But I've seen all the YouTubers who have bees in a cold climate, the bees die every year. That's my experience. So I don't want to go through all that effort and then have the bees die on me. But I mean, if any of you guys know anything about bees, and yes, I've been watching a lot of YouTube. Again, that takes all my time just watching videos. I want to know if I can build them a barn and they can live in a bee barn. You know, like 5 or 6 hives in the bee barn. That would be pretty cool. I know, you always want to play Kong. You always want to play. Which way? Which way? This way? You want to go down towards Molly? Molly's down there. Ready? Ooh, she caught it right in the air. Another thing that's always on a homesteader's mind is money, you know? Everybody's got to do something to earn some kind of a living. And everything costs money. And I know that you could homestead very frugally and thriftily and not have equipment and grow a lot of your own food and stuff like that. But really, to accomplish what you want to accomplish in a reasonably short amount of time, it takes a little bit of savings and planning long ahead of the actual application. Just remember that I'm from the city of Toronto, guys. Hence, you'll always see me in a Toronto Blue Jays cap or a Toronto Maple Leaf cap. Yes, they just tied it up the other day. Game 3 is happening in Toronto. Everybody wish the Leafs luck. They're going to need it against those Bruins. Fuzzy. Tango, I see ya. Junk. I see you, Dexter. I see you, buddy. Your claws are digging into my leg. Your claws are digging into my leg. Okay, okay, ow. Ah, don't bite me, Chunk. Chunk's such a stinker. He's always nibbling on me whenever he's in competition for pets from one of the other cats. Check out my newest edition. I'll have the build on this, but I got this with a little set of stairs. Isn't that cute? I painted it red too. I want to paint any of the things that I've done in here, but I just need more time, obviously. I've been practicing with my Chunk here, trying to get him comfortable with being picked up. See? Sometimes he stay here for a long time, and sometimes he struggles to get away immediately, but he's so soft. Really soft. Okay, you're done? You're done. He's done. See? That's all I get from Chunk. I got this little gizmo behind me too, so that's coming up in the Cat Cave Part 2 video. Here's everybody's favorite chubster, Fuzzy Bear. Waka waka. Everybody's always concerned about his weight. And yeah, he's a big guy, just like me, but guess what? I'm strong as an ox, perfectly healthy. And Fozzie here, he has a clean bill of health from the vet. The vet, of course, told me that he should lose some weight because he needs to diet because he's too big. But he doesn't like to be picked up either. But I've been working on them. I come in here every single day. When I'm out on the farm every single day, he's with me. The other cats are with me. I'll pick them up, trying to get them comfortable in certain situations, so they're out of their comfort zone. And Fozzie, you can see he's pushing his hands right here because he doesn't really want to hug me, but he's not really running away either, so that's a good sign. But you see, Mango, he won't do this. I can't get Mango right now. He's eating right now. If I go over there and try to get Mango, he's going to run away. But one day when I get my darling wife to come here with me, and then I'll get him and, we can hold him and get the collar on, but it's not a big deal, I guess. I'll try to sneak up on, see, he's running away already. I just took one step towards him and he ran away. He's behaving like Bubbles. Like if I try to pet Bubbles, forget about it. But Maggie, she's okay. Look, Mama Maggie's fine. Fozzie's fine. Chunk is fine. Look, he's playing with his toy. Now, if I was to ever actually give anybody advice, somebody who was wanting to live a small farm life or homesteading and they were feeling overwhelmed, the absolute best advice is take it day by day and develop a plan. If you are just flying by the seat of your pants, you're gonna be 100% overwhelmed because there's an unlimited amount of things to get done and things that you're dreaming to get done on your small farm. Make sure you have finances. Make sure you develop a solid plan. You don't have to stick to the plan, but at least if you have a plan, you'll know if you're not sticking to the plan. If you don't have a plan, you don't even have a clue what you're doing, where you're going, which project should be done first, and what needs to get done versus what you want to get done, because that's a big thing for me. What I want to get done versus what I dream versus what really needs to get done. So, I don't know. I thought it might be a good conversation today. Hopefully it helps anybody who maybe was thinking about it. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode, okay? Hopefully I'll get this duck pond done.